All right, ready? Coming in at number 10 spot, we got Mr. Burberry, an excellent fragrance. This guy is actually a powerhouse. I always pushed it as a James Bond fragrance when I pushed it to customers, every store I worked at. It's always been a low-key favorite of mine. It's a more sophisticated smell, but it's not, too mature, too old manish. The initial smell, people are put off by it because it does come off as old manish. But if you give this guy just a few minutes, just give it 3 to 5 minutes to dry down, everything's just gonna start kicking in. It's a little bit of a combination of everything. You got some fantastic notes, a little vertebrate, the ambergris, the cedar, and the heart. It's just awesome fragrance, and it opens up with the grapefruit note, a little cardamom in there. The grapefruit is what gives it that little bit of a bitterness, but it dries down and smooths out to become a really, really nice citrusy touch. So definitely recommend checking out this guy. This is a more formal kind of scent if you're a younger man, because this is more night out, suit and tie, young 20s, high school. But if you're older, late 20s, 30s, 40s, you can definitely rock this on a day-to-day basis, night-to-night basis. Like I said, this is a James Bond fragrance, perfect for the list. So I definitely use it myself for more upscale kind of night out settings, but excellent fall fragrance overall. So coming in at number 10 spot, we got Mr. Burberry. All right, taking in the number 9 spot, we got Calvin Klein's Obsession. And back in the day, this was known as an absolute powerhouse. It is an absolute beast of a seller. There's a reason Calvin Klein is such a staple in fragrances today, and this was the guy that did it. Calvin Klein got an all-star lineup, CK1, Euphoria, Eternity, just pretty much all of them have their, niche, their demographic. They're always gonna sell, but Obsession is the one that's just, it hones its craft at the time. This is such a wonderfully blended fragrance right here, and a lot of people are going to be put off by it, especially younger people, who are used to more modern smells, especially in the initial first kind of 20 to 30 minutes. But I promise you guys, let it dry down. It is a very alluring, attractive fragrance. Once that bitterness just kind of fades away and you're left with a really nice, smooth amber, vanilla, cinnamon, very, very light floral blend in here, very soft woods. Awesome fragrance right here, guys. Like, it's a secret weapon. I have a small little bottle and a little bit of this guy right here, but it's an amazing fragrance for fall time. This is the time of the year to experiment with it. If you've ever been curious, it's always going to be a great seller, and it just really, really blends with the tone of fall. Taking in the number 9 spot, a fragrance I really encourage you guys to try and be patient with, and you might just really fall in love with it. Now, this next one here is really kind of up in the air for me, but I want to put it on the number 8 spot because it's pretty much a spot for all of us, and that's going to be Vince Camuto Oud. And what do I mean by all of us? I mean the oud lovers, because this is my favorite oud, because it's really an entry-level oud. It's not strong at all. It's really, really nice and soft, and I'm not really too into the stronger ouds. But if you're an oud lover yourself, then you already know this is the time of the year to wear it, to bust them out on a day-to-day basis, because oud fragrance, the agarwood note, just smells so fantastic. Plenty of other fragrances rock it. You got Euphoria and Tess, Halston Amber, a bunch of niche fragrances. I like to either wear it by itself very gently or layer it with something kind of, sweet. But that's just me. You could always do your own thing. But the agarwood is just such a fantastic note in fragrances that if you have one that could capitalize on the tone, on the setting of fall, I highly, highly recommend busting it out during this time of the year. So taking in the number 8 spot, Vince Camuto Oud. Coming in to take the number 7 spot, we got Cartier's Declaration, and I absolutely love this fragrance. It was my fall, winter counterpart of Terre de Hermes for summer, spring. In terms of a citrusy, clean, grown, formal fragrance that you just really want to bust out with and just smell awesome, this fragrance you gotta wear with confidence. It opens up with a really, really clean citrus, and maybe a young kid will say it smells mature, but overall it is a sexy beast of a fragrance. You just put it on, and this is the time of the year for it, just because it is a little spicier, it's a little more woodsy, and man, it gets compliments. I've sold a lot of bottles of this guy alone just by wearing it at the store, and it had a price drop recently. It got put to 40 bucks, so I'm like, overall awesome fragrance. I experimented with it this year. I'm sorry. So yeah, I did my thing with it this year. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. Performance-wise, it's just a great fragrance. Cartier makes really, really good juices, and you know, silage, people will smell it pretty much all day. I will smell it on my shirt the next day. But you get about a good kind of 6-inch aura around you from Cartier's Declaration. And I wouldn't spray it too much, but I can't sell this fragrance enough, guys. I'm not sure if I'm pushing it right or pushing it too much, but I could talk about it for days. But coming in to take the number 7 spot because it's such a great fragrance, a great daytime fragrance, a great formal fragrance, a great bust out fragrance, a great grown fragrance, confidence building fragrance, you know, power fragrance right here. Taking in the number 7 spot, we got Cartier's Declaration. Absolutely love it. I definitely recommend people try it out, especially if you're in that range. You know, you're very becoming of your character and you just want to grow into something sharp, fresh, zesty, straight to business, professional, clean, zesty, masculine. Cartier's Declaration, number 7 spot. And coming in to take the number 6 spot, we got Polo Red Intense, another champion of the Ralph Lauren line. And I believe the Polo Red series, just in general, revitalized the Ralph Lauren men's side of things, the Polo line. It's just really took the world by storm with this nice signature cranberry coffee blend and the variants of it. This is the parfum version of the original Polo Red formula. An absolute fantastic scent DNA and very versatile, but I really think it smells its best during the fall time, just because it's not going to be too sweet from the sun during summer, spring, and it's going to sit a little dry during winter. It's going to be outperformed by other fragrances, but during fall time, this guy is a beast. And pretty much nighttime in general, you know, this has been considered a very sexy fragrance, one of the sexiest fragrances for men. It's just warm, spice, citrus, everything nice. And Polo Red Intense is my favorite of the Polo Red line, but it's just a fantastic line. I implore you to, you know, explore them all. You got Polo Red Extreme, the new Red Rush, but this one right here just does the job for me. It's just perfect, and you know, overall, crowd pleaser. So taking in the number 6 spot, we got Polo Red Intense. Really deserves a spot, and a phrase I am very, very proud of. All right, guys, so now we're getting down to the last 5. And in this list, there's been a lot of ties, but you gotta understand, for some of them, it's pretty much because these fragrances are 2 sides of the same coin. So I'm bringing in my boys for number 5. There's gonna be Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramar and Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Mans. So awesome fragrances right here. I talked about them a lot. I ranked them as the number 1 night out fragrances just because I have so much love for both of them. This is vanilla, spice, everything nice. This is pear, fresh, cotton candy kind of smell. And overall, awesome fragrances, man. If you're looking for something sweet, club banger right here. If you're looking for something formal, grown, sexy, clean, James Bondish right here. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. There's a reason this is one of the best sold fragrances of all time. And now you got Ultra Male taking the world by storm. And during the fall time, these guys just captivate the area. I'm speaking really passionate about these fragrances, but that's because I got so much love for my boys right here. I've had some awesome times with them. Performance is awesome, even after the reformulation of this guy, because I still smell it on my shirt the next day, and it's awesome. It's awesome. I love these guys. They've garnered me tons of countless compliments. It's crazy. And yeah, I just gotta say, I've talked about these guys so much on the channel before. For fall time, they have to just make the list. They have to really, they set the bar. You know, if you're looking for a fall fragrance, you cannot go wrong with Jean Paul Gaultier line, Le Mans, Ultramar. It got its other variants in there. Go ahead, try them out too. But these 2 guys are absolute beasts. They're champions, taking in the number 5 spot, and well deserved. And taking in the number 4 spot, we got another fragrance that is a favorite of mine. Some of you guys know I ranked this as number 1 of my most complimented fragrances 2017, and I still absolutely love it. We got the Armani Code line here, and I'm putting the Eau de Toilette and the Profumo version together just because, again, they're 2 sides of the same coin. If you want something stronger, older, go for the Armani Code. Profumo, if you're younger, want something cleaner, go for the Eau de Toilette. The original, the classic, is still a monster. I described these fragrances before as when you splash them on, you feel like the coolest guy in the room, just because it's got that edge, that smooth leather factor mixed with a little hint of fruit in the opening. And this one will dry down, I promise, guys. This one will dry down, the Profumo version. And that's just a little nod to all you guys in the stores who will smell it at first and be like, nah, it's a pure perfume, so it's gonna take some time. But I promise, this is one of the best smells out there, and the Armani Code line in general, one of the best selling lines out there. For the fall time, they just once again, they own it. They absolutely own it. Armani makes great fragrances for people who want to identify with, you know, just confidence and really just kind of grow into themselves. They want something that they could relate to, you know, be like, all right, you know, this is cool. I like this smell. I can identify it. It's not too offending. It's not too different. Everyone would like it. It smells cool. And that's what Armani manages to do with all his fragrances in kind of every given direction. You know, you got summer, spring, Aqua de Jo. You got fall, winter, the Armani Cold line now, and so many others coming out. I love Armani. You don't gotta pay me, Armani. I'm always gonna push your stuff. Love you guys. So taking in the number 4 spot, we got Armani Code. Absolutely beast monster performance with this one. This guy is a little lighter, especially now compared to others. You just get like probably a good 5, maybe 6 hours of really solid, good performance, and that's with, you know, a really good, healthy spray. And I know I ramble from time to time, but I do want to get some information out there. I just talked about these fragrances a lot, so yeah. Alright guys, coming in at the number 3 spot, we got Yves Saint Laurent's Parfum L'Homme L'Intense, or Parfum Intense, however you prefer to call it. But yeah, an absolute banger of a fragrance. Some of you guys were like, why is La Nuit number 11? And that's because I still got a lot of love for La Nuit. It's an absolutely sexy banger of a fragrance, but this one is just a little bit better for fall in my opinion, and Parfum Intense. And it's an awesome fragrance. You know, you really get most of this fragrance's body out of its base notes. Just a really well blended craft of ambergris, some woods, leather, suede, and the heart consists of some lighter floral, some orange blossom, I believe, opening up with some citrus, a little pepper in there. But it's just a really well blended fragrance right here. Yves Saint Laurent is one of the best brands in the world. You guys don't gotta pay me either. I'm gonna push you guys to the death. Yves Saint Laurent, the L'Homme line in general is just awesome, but this one right here just really holds it in for the fall winter time. It's just an absolute amazing fragrance. It doesn't project too much, it's not too heavy, so even if you're a heavy splasher, you know, you're gonna get by, you're not gonna offend people. But the smell is just so darn good, so magnetic. You just have that vibe that people, they're gonna just want to be warm and cuddled up next to you, just because it's warm, but it's also zesty. It's got that tingling zest to it, and I'm not sure if it gets that, but from the benzoin, I'm not sure what that note is too much about. Still got things to learn myself. But this fragrance is awesome. It does feel like the original L'Homme, just kind of added, you know, with a really nice pure warm twist. L'Homme with a really nice warm twist, but it does its job perfectly. So it really deserves the number 3 spot because it's such a great fragrance, and I know a lot of you guys out there would really love this one, especially if you're looking for something different from La Nuit de L'Homme. Definitely check this one out. Taking in the number 3 spot, YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, one of the best brands in the world, Parfum Intense. L'Homme. This very empty bottle taking the number 2 spot is Dolce & Gabbana The One, representing probably one of the best fall fragrances of all time, one of the most celebrated, one of the most iconic. Look how much juice I got left in that one. I never bothered to get a new bottle just because it is such a celebrated scent DNA that there are just tons of clones of it out there. I made a video once that I just kept catching myself saying, this smells like the one, this smells like the one. But yeah, the One scent DNA is absolutely fantastic. Lots of other fragrances try to accomplish it. It is just the master of the amber note, just hones it, really makes it such a fantastic fragrance to wear anytime of the year. But for the fall time, it's perfect. And it's taking the number 2 spot just because it is a tried and true fragrance. It is a champion. It is a bestseller. It has been there, done that. But yeah, I just gotta really put it out there. You know, some of you guys don't like to see, you know, older fragrances taking the spotlight. But you know, with this guy, just try the older Parfum version. I haven't managed to cop that yet, just because I'm still, you know, I'm dabbling in the One scent DNA. But awesome fragrance right here. There's not much I can really say about it just because it's been talked about to death. But if you're looking for a warm fragrance, like if you're younger, you just really been doing citrusy fragrances all your life and you haven't experimented with something warm, spicy, you know, that side of things, definitely check out the One. This is like entry-level fall fragrance right here. This is like the fall fragrance, the poster boy child of a fall fragrance. And yeah, I have all the love in the world for this guy. Taking the number 2 spot, Dolce & Gabbana, The One. But not number 1. It's called The One, but it's not the number 1 fragrance on the list. It's coming up. All right, guys, the list boils down to this. Coming in at the #1 spot, we got Carolina Herrera, CH Man PRIVE. And it's going to be tied with its brother, CH Man Original. Just because both of these guys are what I truly believe to be the best fall scent DNA out there today. I honestly have not tried the reformulated version of CH Man, but I'm hoping to hear a lot of good things. I think the camera just got out of focus, but let's get back on track. This guy's scent DNA is amazing. We're gonna talk about the original first. It's just vanilla, sugarcane sweetness mixed with the leather note, the suede. Awesomeness. It just starts off a little bitter, but when it dries down, it becomes one of the most mass appealing, women pleasing, people gathering, comfort scents just that I've ever had the pleasure of wearing. I'm putting this guy over highly because it has been reformulated, and sometimes you just gotta fight for a fragrance and say, hey, this was one of the best dark fragrances out there. This was the #1 fall fragrance. But we're gonna switch it over to CH Man PRIVE because I absolutely love this fragrance, guys. This is one of my favorite fragrances in my collection. Top 3, not just for fall. I do like it better than the original. I grew up drinking whiskey, so every time I smell this thing, it's just like almost like opening a bottle of whiskey when you smell it from the top. But this is another one that just masters the leather note and just blossoms into a really smooth, alluring, just aura of excellence that you have around you. And this guy got stapled as a bad boy scent, leather jacket scent, but nah. Expand your mind, break those barriers down, stop feeding into the labels, and just wear it however you want to wear it. You could dress it up, you could dress it down. It's definitely, you know, a night out formal smell. You got people wearing original 212 to weddings, so guys, like, just explode, you know, find these scent DNAs, wear them how you want, experiment, because that's what it's about. I'm telling you guys that this is what I believe to be the 2 best scent DNAs for fall. Not that they're the best fragrances, but for the fall time, these 2 are the most mass appealing. They're amazing. They don't have the best performance. I'm saying that again, they do not have the best performance. You probably get 5 to 6 hours spraying normal. I spray a little bit heavier. I do pull out other tricks in my sleeve, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's the scent DNA that really works here. In terms of smell alone, it's a 10 out of 10 fragrance. The performance was boosted up. Scares me with this guy, especially after the reformulation. But if performance was boosted up, it would easily be a 10 out of 10 fragrances because they define awesomeness of a fall fragrance. They're just warm, leathery, and everything to just behold and be loved. It's awesome. Very well deserving in the #1 spot. CH Man Original and CH Man PRIVE. And we can do this. Boom. Coolest fragrance out there. Boom. Guys, I implore you, that's my word of the day, to go out and try some of these fragrances. I hope you love them. I love them too. Once again, thank you for all the support over the year I've been on YouTube. Thank you for everything. I started this project because I hit my 1 year on YouTube. Definitely go back and watch the first 2 parts of the series. Much love to you guys. You know, it's just amazing sometimes. You guys are a driving force, a factor. You guys keep me going. So I have all the love in the world for you guys. And it's that time of the video. Saying goodbye now. Oh wait, check out my sign. Find your signature scent for fall. Alright guys. Fragrance Runner signing off. Wishing you all to stay fresh.